Hello and welcome back to Project Rejectus. Today, we will be discussing the amphibians of Glaciolae and their early diversification. Starting off with the Bracens, a close relative of theirs, stayed in the water, still being able to breathe air but preferring a more aquatic lifestyle, sticking around the ponds and rivers they came from. Much like earth kangaroos, the Chinta hopped around to move on land while quickly swimming to graze on their freshwater plants due to them and their land-dwelling cousins never evolving thicker eggs. They instead go through a metamorphosis after hatching. Their youth is spent as filter feeders until they mature into herbivores. Some Chinta found their baby stage much more advantageous. As their rivers never dry up, they instead would stay as filter feeders. Instead of gaining lungs as they got older, the Bravinus instead fused their to back limbs together into one big fin for speed, only going on to land to escape predators, or if they got kicked onto land. Not all of these animals were herbivores. While the predators' niches were mostly taken up by other animals, they were still on empty. An ambush predator gaining a red bait on their top arm, their teeth hardened into fangs that would lock onto prey that got too close. The Lucy's back fins were much stronger than their cousins, being used for digging backwards to hide their bottom halves, while the top stood still camouflaged amongst the dirt as their bait wiggled around, while still needing to breathe air. They could hold their breaths for much longer, lasting hours before finally having to swim up for a breath. These weren't the only amphibious animals, as down South Glanham had some similar adaptations. The Vernix was the one who made this transition. While not much different from the Vernix, the Uamis, favoring a more aquatic lifestyle, has softer skin, meaning they lost moisture quicker. While they still went onto land, it was solely underground, only coming up when it rained, making them become Glaciolae's version of an earthworm. Their cousins, however, went for a different route, with Vernix also appearing on Crescentia. They couldn't compete with the Ungura due to their less efficient king system, so instead they became much smaller, making them act as a type of insect on Glaciolae. The Verema slithered in the foliage below, with some being more aquatic, with a back fin for mobility, using that to escape predators. A bulkier, slower herbivore that gained quills to protect themselves from predators, with a praying mantis arm-like mouth used for grappling onto prey and hiding with their striped and spotted fur. These are some of the most diverse creatures on the planet, and while I could go on forever about their many species, these will be the overall representatives. The Ungura also joined in on the amphibious trend, with their back leg turning into more of a tail and a softer shell for speed. The Molster acted like a salamander, eating any plants and Verema they could find in their freshwater homes. This wasn't the end, as the Molster went farther. Their back leg fully became a tail that propelled them through the water as they became bigger. Predators, the Cladum, could now eat bigger prey, like fish, using their hardened tails as protection from much bigger predators in the rivers. This proved extremely successful. They kept investing into these traits. They became much bigger, rivaling the other river predators until they became the apex predator, even hunting the Ungura. The Flustrum dominated their rivers with their mace like tails, long pointed jaws and softer, faster body. They became Crescentia's first land predator, as they could now follow inland to the Ungura, ending their era of peace from predators. For the last creature, while it may not be much right now, the Cerebi will become something much greater on Sepsis, but that is for another time. Thank you so much for watching until the end. As always, the Discord link will be in the comments and description if you want to help out with the videos, such as with the next episode, the Great Plains. But until then, goodbye for now.